TAROTPEUTIC, Sicarita Benedictus. Happy Moon Day, everyone. Aligning ourselves with the moon cycles helps bring balance and harmony to our lives. So we're going to see what she has to say. We're going to let the pendulum pick which deck we start with, and then we'll begin. Starting with this one. Okay, so the current moon cycle is waning, okay, the waning gibbous, and we go into the last quarter, or the third quarter moon tomorrow. But I'm getting stagnation and cleansing needed. Something to do with prosperity, because I keep smelling potatoes everywhere. Potatoes represents prosperity. And it's storming here where I'm from, Ohio, a lot. And I mean, it poured. So a lot of cleansing is needed. So let's see what's causing us to be stagnant. Get set up and then dive right in. All right. First up, we have the Magician. Manipulation at its finest. Whether that be for the good or for the bad, we shall see. Let me get my glasses on here. Yes, it's like the wool's being pulled over someone's eyes here. Or something being discovered. Let's clarify more on that. How this manipulation is causing stagnation by a King of Wands. This in this deck is a very powerful King of Wands to me. It's also like there's a spider web in this tree. So somebody, now this doesn't have to be a male, it could be male or female. But somebody here is trying to manipulate and weave or create some kind of a communication, some kind of a shock. And something to do with fire, interestingly enough, because our next reading Wednesday, other than my shorts, will be going into the fire realm, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Oh, oh, the Five of Cups. My. Emotional loss. I'm getting the portal. So again, this has to do with the Lionsgate energy that we are still in. And it revved up as of today. Today's the 8th. But depending on when you guys watching this, you'll come across the video when you need it. But it's like this portal. This emotional loss is being communicated here. Something to do with roots. And I'm picking up on a lot of orange, which automatically is making me think pumpkin. Side note, I've started decorating for my fall season, but pumpkins represent protection to me, and they have for a long, long time. So somebody's been a little overprotected. They've been either protecting themselves, protecting them from someone else. There's a lot of different ways that we can need protection. But it's like he's walking away. It's like he really doesn't want to walk away from that. That bright, shiny portal. You really don't want to walk away from it. But he has no choice. Or he or she has no choice. And I feel like this is because of manipulation. It's probably someone walking away from somebody who has manipulated them or manipulated a situation or is just manipulative in general. Let's get some more. I feel like this is going to start something really grand, or some kind of future endeavor. Like this is the kickstart to something good. But someone's not seeing that here. Yeah, they're stuck in a Seven of Wands energy. Fighting amongst themselves. Fighting amongst some people around them. Trying to fight off their own demons, some of you. Fighting off people who are greedy. Fighting off people who are loud, boisterous. Overly ambitious. Highly critical of others. That is definitely someone who manipulates. And people like that always get what they deserve, because this person's getting beat up by the little goblins there. It's like their portal blew up. It's leaking. That's karma. What they put out on others is coming back around here. Let's get a little bit more on this manipulation. Ooh, we got the World card and the King of Cups. Someone thought everything that rolled off their tongue was like honey. They thought what they said was what happened. You know, what their words meant was what was most important. But that's coming to an end here. And there's different communication coming in now. Or, you know, a different perspective. Because when we move up to the next position, this is how you can change your perspective. And we got the Six of Pentacles. To get your prosperity, this goes along with abundance. This represents abundance. Abundance represents prosperity. To get your prosperity a kicking, because no, we're moving out of Lunasa season and getting ready to move into Mabon in September. But it's all about prosperity right now, before we move into the fall and have to start tying up loose ends. But this is forgiving children. Some of you, it is making up to a child. Look how it's like this person's making up to this child in the background. Her little dress is tattered and torn there. But she's still happy to see this person. And his face looks dark. Like, he doesn't look like a very nice person. But someone's trying here to make things right. The Celtic knots down there, trying to knot together a situation. It could be your perspective, but this is, I feel, some kind of family situation for some of you, like father-child, whatnot. But finding the magic again in something that was dark, something that was up in the air and topsy-turvy. Let's definitely get more on that. Having a childlike thoughts, having childlike innocence, or finding, you know, that happy spot. Like children are that innocent kind of happy, I think, is a lot of, you know, it's a lot of our path to prosperity, because that will definitely help smooth those along. The Five of Wands and the Page of Cups. Interestingly enough, the Five of Wands tried to come out earlier. That's definitely more fire energy. Someone's finding a new way to communicate here. They're finding a way to communicate. They're allowing their own feelings. So I feel a lot of you have suppressed, like those dragons, like guarding their treasure. That's my feelings are my treasure. You can't go in this cage. I'm blocked up. I'm in a cage, right? But somebody here is finding a way to allow that to trickle in. See how the water's trickling in the background? Allowing to mix their emotions with what makes them feel prosperous. Now, prosperity can mean a lot to, you know, different things to different people. And what your prosperity means to you depends on how you'll resonate with this. You know, it could be a way of thinking, just being at peace. It could be money. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. It could be mending. It could be an apology. It could be forgiving yourself, loving yourself. There's lots of different meanings to prosperity, or what will bring you prosperity on your life path that you're in right now. But this is someone conquering that, letting this in. But staying grounded in their emotions. Somebody here may have had a hard time grounding themselves in the past, or maybe still do, because he is surrounded by that water there. Someone is accepting the truth here. We got the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is the ultimate in truth, the ultimate in clarity. And we also have air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. For the King of Swords, I get heavy Libra. With the King of Swords, but a more balanced place. It's like someone has frozen the old with the snow there, and is allowing something to unthaw or unfold slowly but surely. Or you're being told to let something unfold slowly but surely here in the future. Let's get a little more on that. Strength, yes. Taming the beast. Again, with the protection. Grizzly bears are big on protection. Some of you may have a bear animal spirit or totem spirit. And Viking background with the Viking get up there, but it's like there's snow in the background, and I would be freezing if I was her, but this person isn't scared because they know that the truth that was forbidden before, with that forbidden apple in her hand, is now being seen, because there's a target on that bear's head there. Yeah, it's like a target. She's got the chain on the target. Someone's got their eye on the prize here. It's like that bear is bleeding, but she's got the chain going in that target. That's the bullseye. That's, or the hand that rocks the cradle, which would be a shake-up and a foundation here. Just definitely get a little more on that. You know, let's switch up decks. Get some fresh energy going here. Judgment and the Seven of Pentacles. Someone is singing a new tune. Someone is seeing their abundance in a more calm light. That their protection is in what surrounds them, with the grapevines surrounding her. Grapes represent prosperity and abundance. If we're vibrating on the right level, on the right karma wavelength, so to speak, you know, we're trying to do better, we're treating people as we want to be treated, you know, all that good lovey-dovey stuff, then our abundance will flow in more smoothly, and you don't have to work as hard. It kind of just goes with the flow, which is how life kind of goes here. So that's telling me that if you find a way to go with the flow more, and, you know, to vibrate at a steady, controlled level, which would mean balancing your emotions and balancing what your prosperity is and balancing your actions, you know, all that stuff, that it will bring in your abundance with this Knight of Pentacles. Some of you may be going against, I'm getting Aquarius vibes with this, but going against conformity. Going against what everybody thinks is right, or what everybody thinks, you know, is prosperity. That's not for all of you. But let's see what to do to stimulate movement, to get that water flowing, because, you know, stagnation often means your water is not flowing. So let's get the emotions going. A positive light. The Two of Swords. Oh, we got an overthinker here. We got an overthinker here. We got a stalemate. As I was just saying, stagnation. The water has stopped flowing. Look at the snow. Snow coming down is stop of water flow because the water is frozen. There's stagnation. There's coldness. Some of you may be in a relationship just for money. Or someone you know is. Take it how it resonates. But the storm's coming in. I feel like lies or something hidden with the moon there. It's causing the ripple on the waves in the background. But it's causing truth to come in with those beautiful twinkling stars coming down. But it's coming in a slow way because snow is frozen water. So it's slowed down water, so to speak. But snow also melts when it hits water. Well, unless it's probably Arctic water or something. But it usually melts when it hits water. So the clarity is coming in. The stagnation will be coming to an end. But there's going to be a stepping stone type way to get there. I'm getting with the stones. But let's definitely get more on that. She looks just bewildered. Someone's just bewildered with some fuckery. With the Seven of Wands here. And also could mean that who you thought your enemies were and who you thought were not your energies, you may find out that it's not what you thought here. There's that one person with the red fingernails there. So there's one person here who is not what you thought. And it's probably your worst problem or issue at hand for some of you. But see what else we can do to stimulate movement here. Huh. Cut that stagnant cord with the Death card here. That is keeping you, or keeping somebody here, from going with the flow. Look how the wind's going there. And now they're sneaking away to go with the flow. Someone's scared of what someone may think here. Or how something may look. I hate it when, well, I don't want to say hate. That's a negative word. But when people are too involved with what people think. And what people might see. Or what it'll look like. You know, looks are so deceiving and manipulative. All that glitters is not gold. The shiny, pretty thing that everybody wants the new shiny, pretty thing. But that doesn't mean it's the best thing. And a lot of times, it is the worst. Side note, the Star and the Hanged Man. Oh my. Well, the Star usually represents healing. But here I'm getting success against opposition. Your feeling of success, of getting out of that stuck to a swords energy, that mindset. The feeling of that mindset and getting out of it. And putting, there's a little dead, I think that's a dead fish. I hope not. But anyways, putting the fishes at bay, so to speak. Putting people in their place. Sometimes we need to do that because people, you know, that ego, they get a little just too people-ish, so to speak. Because it will chain you in limbo if you don't do that. That will get this flowing. That will evaporate that water with the storm clouds. It'll evaporate the stagnation in your life. The inability to progress forward to build your abundance, your happiness, your prosperity. Okay, let's go to this one. Nine of Cups. To prevent this from happening all over again, to have success and triumph, You need to learn to go within or be independent of energies around you that are just keeping you caged up, that are making you be something you're not, that are making you act and behave or be something that you're not. Because, you know, you can't. Sometimes you gotta love people for the way they are, just because you do. I don't know who needed to hear that, but let's get more on that. Seven of Cups, yes. Or you'll feel overwhelmed, unable to make a decision. Feel like you're stabbed in the back, that you can't find clearance. She's looking for that broom. She can't reach that broom. She can't get her life cleared out. She can't clear out that stagnation. Clear communication. Communication is key here. And bringing in clear communication, even if it scares you. You know, it's always best to tell the truth than it is to lie. I personally will respect someone for telling me the truth every time over them lying. Nothing pisses me off more than someone lying to me, especially when they think that I'm dumb enough to fall for the lie. Just know. Just know. It's like this is the last chance at one feather's fallen. For somebody here, that's the last chance. Okay, let's pull out a few oracles here for some future advice moving forward here. Fresh. Still in the Nasa season, like I said. Some of you remembering ancestors this harvest season. Remember, Lunasa was the sun going out, so we're in the season of this harvest beginning to start before we hit Mabon in September. So preparing for the winter. Remembering our ancestors. Remember, it's easy to be thankful if you remember back, or easier to be thankful. You remember back to how it was when they depended on the seasons and what was growing at the time. You know, they didn't have electricity, they didn't have clocks, they didn't have phones. They didn't have Wi-Fi. You know, my kids would be like, what? No Wi-Fi. But seriously, remember how hard it was for them. You know, they didn't have heat. They didn't have air conditioner. I'm even appreciative of that one right now. But remember their struggles, because things could always be worse. Because if you remember to be thankful, remember to think of something new every day you're thankful for, and eventually you'll get in a mindset of just finding things you're thankful for every day. It's very much helpful. I've done it for years. But side note, it's easier to bring in our abundance and our prosperity and be happy in life when we can live a more grateful attitude. And right now, we'll be tying up loose ends with the harvest and moving into Thanksgiving and times when we need to be grateful so we can reflect and attract even more happiness this winter, like I said. Goodness. All right. They're just flying out. Passion. And Mabon, oh my. Some of you may be having a passionate Mabon season. Mabon season starts at the end of September. Apples again. Ironically enough, I just harvested some apples yesterday to put in a wreath and stuff I'm going to make. They're drying in the oven now, but side note. Harvest brings in fire, because sometimes it can bring in fear. Because, you know, the cold winter months, some people fear because you got to be inside more. You don't have as many activities to do to distract you. Because you don't, people don't want to go in, you know, they don't want to grow and change and learn because, you know, that's uncomfortable. But lucky for you guys, I am very comfortable with the uncomfortable, so I will help you do that. Boundaries. Oh, someone needs to set some boundaries. People will definitely push in the fall. I don't know what it is about people. It's kind of like when the spring, people get that spring tick and they want to just push boundaries. It's kind of like they do it in the fall too. It's a counteraction. I've noticed it. I don't know if it's a pumpkin spice in the air or what it is, but it does happen. That one tried to pop out too. Chalice, fulfillment. Shadow work would be helpful for some of you moving into the fall months. To find your fulfillment here. And for a few of you, this is a water sign. Pisces, Taurus, or no. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. That is the person that is not what you thought they were. Okay? They have been foreshadowing you. They have been causing your problems, your demise, all that is going on that's shitty here. Okay, let's pull from this oracle, and then we'll close it out. Because I'm going to do you guys some individual sign shorts. And then get started on that fire reading. And we'll probably have a ghost reading coming up. My Uranus, I was just thinking this earlier. Someone has been cold as ice. Causing that stagnation. Causing those frozen emotions. That frozen water. That frozen flow in somebody here. But it's being melted away with the Mars here. Because somebody's found their limits. Setting those boundaries. Always, always set healthy boundaries. Because if not, people will take. Because it's so much easier for some of them to take than it is to fix or work on themselves. Or to harvest their own healthy energies. They want to steal or mess with somebody else's or everyone else's. Some people, but side notes. Let's get a few more closing out messages. I want to see the shuffle today. Finding what's important. Protection. Remember what's most important. Moving on in the future here. What makes you happy? What lights that fire under your ass and makes you want to do better? Okay, guys, I really hope this was helpful. The moon energy has been a little crazy lately, so I apologize if it was a little bit scattered, but it's storming today. The energy is insane. But I will see you guys again Wednesday or possibly tomorrow night for the fire reading. But I do plan on doing a lot of journaling, and, you know, we'll be waning this week with the moon. So journaling, reflecting, going over what didn't work this past month, what you did like, what you didn't like, and thinking about what you'll do to change that in the next moon cycle. It's some journaling tips, or just think about it in your head. Journal in your head if you must, but it is much helpful. But until then, stay blessed, stay humble. And as the universe, see you guys. Stay blessed, stay humble, and as the universe, so the soul. Bye.